Welcome to another episode at Hill Country Ducati. Today we are working on a very special project for our little warrior CJ here.
Hi.
In his ATV. So why don't you tell him about your ATV, buddy?
It's a Raptor 90.
Yeah? What do you like about it?
It goes fast.
All right. What was it missing?
Lights.
Yeah. So we've been working for the past couple of days on putting some lights on this. So we've got the front lights figured out. It didn't have headlights. And then, we decided it needed some Firetruck lights like I have at work. So with a generous donation from some guys in the community, and let CJ pick out some other, we've outfitted it with Abrams lights, and we're getting started on that. So I'll show you what we've got done, and then we'll finish them up and let you see them. So the first thing you want to do to get to our wiring here is you got to take these covers off. There are two 10mm bolts that go right here. We just lift those, and then you slide this up and out because it's got these little spots here that catch in here, and if you just try to lift it out, you'll break it. And then this part has a Phillips screw here. You just take that out, and then you have these push pins. You have to push the pin all the way in, maybe not all the way through, and then they lift out. And then for the wiring, we used a relay connected to the battery and took power off of the key switch right here. So, see here, and that's the brown wire coming off the key switch. And here's our wire. I used a heat shrink with a low temp solder joint that makes a very nice joint there. And we've got our relay, these yellow wires. So when you're working with actual emergency vehicle lights, the good ones contain sync wires so that the patterns are all synced together, and you'll see that when we show you this when it's finished. This plastic wiring protector loom where it goes up under here, so the wiring is protected. And then one of the flaws this ATV has is, while it has what looked like are nice headlights in the showroom, they're actually fake. We got this off-road light from Amazon, and I came in and I added in here, and these are nice butt spliced and heat shrink joints under here. Now, at some point, I may come back in and connect these with waterproof connectors so that they can be unplugged and plugged back in as we need to change things. But for today, we wanted to get things up and running for this little guy so that he could go riding around and enjoy his vacation here. So as you can tell, it's winter time in the hill country as we're wearing shorts and t-shirts. And there's no rain or snow on the ground as some other places have. So let's finish this up. I'm gonna button up the front here, and we're gonna get our lights put up on the back, and we'll show you how all this looks when we're done. All right, so the back of the ATV doesn't really have a good place to bolt our light heads onto. So I used a piece of flat bar stock, and I drilled all the holes that we're going to need, painted it up black, and mounted our light heads to it. These Abrams lights are super easy to program and very easy to use. For what we're doing, the blue and the white wires we're not going to be using, so I've tucked those up out of the way. The white wires, if you wanted to set these up to be brake lights, you could, and maybe down the road I'll look at adding a switch or getting into the harness to determine that. and add brake lights to this ATV. But otherwise, the black is your ground. So we're going to be wiring that up to a ring terminal and attaching that to the frame under here. The yellow is our sync wires. Those are going to connect to our yellow wire here that's running all the way to the front of the bike and connecting to the other light heads. And then our red power wire is going up to our relay. So I'm going to get all this wired up, and then I'll show you how we're going to mount it to the ATV. Alright, so we've got all of our wires soldered and heat shrinked and routed here. Some plastic split loom to help protect them. I've got everything mounted up here. There's no like really good places to mount this flat bar on here, so I ended up just using some zip ties in a few places on each side to mount it to the brackets that are here. A little self-tapping screw on a ring terminal there. Got all of our wires soldered and heat shrinked and everything, and tidied up with some plastic split loom to protect it. Used stainless steel hardware, some lock nuts on there for our lights. So we're ready to test it. So CJ, why don't you fire it up for us? Like that. That's what it looks like from the back. And in the front. So we got our off-axis angled lights. Give it kind of a mean cat eye look to it. And we've got our off-road LED light for our headlight. We did have to take out, there was a white reflector. So some people may opt to use a smaller light head like these for a white LED, and you don't have to trim off the white reflector that's on the front. You can just mount it to that. But I had these sitting here, and it was very easy to bolt it to the frame right here and hold that down with some large fender washers. And I just trimmed off the front of the bracket that these reflectors are on. So I was able to keep the side reflectors. So, what do you think, CJ?
Good.
Is this exciting?
Yeah.
Have some really good lights on your ATV. So, why don't you fire that up and show us going down the road and coming back how it looks. Really see those lights really good from far away. Folks, we finally got all this all buttoned up. These lights are working great. CJ, what do you think of your new lights?
Good.
All right, what do you like about them?
They can go on the dark.
Yeah, super bright, aren't they? Up front here for our cat's eyes and our off-road light right in the front so we can see well at night. Why don't you turn them on, buddy, and let everybody see these. CJ wanted amber and green for the front. And then in the back, we have these amazing red and blue Abrams lights that were donated from a fellow EMS and fire brother. Really appreciate that. All right, CJ, why don't you take it down and show everybody your lights. So as you can see, it worked out really well. These were really pretty easy to get installed, and they look great. Really make him more visible riding around out here in the hill country. Well, that's it for now. Really appreciate everybody watching. Thanks. Have a great day.